That would be a good thing. Shit. Yes, I did. Okay. I got it. Oh, that was the wrong thing to do. Lipstick would be good. Where's my stuff? Do we need to get a bigger hammer? Bun hammer. Let's see. Oh, okay. Do do be do be do be do. Is it dead, Jim? Aw. Well, that sucks. Hello out there. All right. We are having some minor technical issues with my light. So, yeah. Life is entertaining today. I tell you what. So, could be worse, could be better. Life goes on, right? Right, good, good. Ha ha. Oh, yes. I forget I can do that. Come here, unicorn. Right. That works. There we go. How about that? Things are just kicking the bucket this week. All right, here we go. All right. There. Now I feel like me again. Mostly. You know, I'm not normally a vain person, but this just being on camera is making me all too aware of how quickly my makeup fades and settles. Oh, you know what? There we go. All right, Witchlings, how are we doing out there tonight? I am here trying not to stress out over stuff that I really have zero control over. Getting excited about the fact that I have an event this weekend, and it's my first event with this group. So, you know, overall, things are good. Life is good. Well, mostly. I don't want to deal with fighting with that right now. Okay, put my eyes on. Oh. There. All right. I see that. We'll just kind of chill out and sit here for a little bit. But since it's just you, I'm going to go ahead and put shit away where it belongs. Oh. Hello, hello. Someone else has joined us. Hello. How are we doing tonight? I am here and chilling and... Okay. We have 5 views, 2 people here. Hello, hello. Oh, that's right. They do have to wait 10 minutes to talk. All right. So, yeah, go ahead and turn that off for now. And if it becomes a problem, we'll kick it back on. I seriously feel like I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Hello, how is everybody doing out there? All right. So, welcome to another edition of Witchlings Around the Cauldron. Is that what? Witchlings Around the Cauldron. Hey. Ha ha ha. And Midnight Mass. This is our fun little chill out session. We just kind of hang out, chit chat. We started this Christmas Eve, continued at New Year's Eve, and we've just kind of kept going with it. We're kind of having fun here. I talk about a little bit of current events that have me pissed off, a little bit of fun and kind of cool stuff that's going on, and then just basically Q&A. So, hey, ask me no questions. I'll tell you no lies. I have no idea. I am in a very goofy mood right now, so... kind of stressed out, frustrated, and really want to scream because my light died. The video card in my computer gave up the ghost the other night. We're just doing stellar, but you know what? Oh, well. Because we're here, and we're having fun, and we're just relaxed. Hey, coolio. All right. Man behind the curtain is showing me stuff on my monitor here. Ah, that's cool. Oh, everybody ran away again. C'est la vie. Take another sip. Oh, I know. We'll just kind of sit here for a bit. Ah! I feel like I'm choking here. I don't wear t-shirts that crew necks too much anymore. You know what? I am going to go ahead and put the witchy earrings in. Since they're sitting here. Let's see how they look actually in ears. Looking forward to this weekend. We're going to have fun. What else are we doing? I don't know. Ain't nobody showing up. We have one person. I'm assuming it's you. Hello! How are we doing? All right. Okay, no worries. All right, so shall we actually kind of get started here and start chit-chatting and stuff? I know. Nice. All right. Hey, you puppy girl. That would be useful. Okay. All right, so it has been an interesting week, hasn't it, my friends? Ooh. Before we get really going, let's do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing. It helps keep us going here. And if you are interested in stepping a little closer into our little coven of witchlings, go ahead and join the channel. We have memberships starting at as little as $1 a month. How about that? We're pretty easy going here. Normally I'd take a sip of coffee, but it is, 11:45 at night. Not like that matters. This witch runs on caffeine and sarcasm. Maybe that's just a Gen X thing. I don't know. You can buy me a coffee if you would like to. Check out my Buy Me a Coffee link. You get some really fun, interesting content posted there. I try to get stuff there 3 times a week. I have been off my game since Christmas, though. Please bear with me. I'm trying to find my feet back under me again because we got Christmas, then New Year's, then my birthday, and just everything kind of goes all to hell for about 3-4 weeks, and then I get back onto an even keel. But for those 3 weeks, chaos reigns. All right, I'm super duper excited about this weekend. If you are in the Seattle metro area and you want to come hang out for a bit, join me at the MeWe Fair at the Embassy Suites in Bellevue this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. The talks start at 10 a.m. The vendors open at 11. I believe we go until 5 o'clock both days. It might be 7 o'clock the first day. So come on out, hang out. There's going to be a lot of really awesome vendors there. So come check out what we're doing. I'm really excited about it. It's my first event with MeWe, and they're a really awesome organization. I have attended as a guest, but I have never been a vendor. So I am so looking forward to this. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And then the end of next month, I will be at Pickering Barn in Issaquah, Washington with the Pacific Northwest Witches Market. That will be my, 3rd or 4th event with them. So that'll be really cool and awesome. Looking forward to that. What else are we doing? I have no forking clue what else I'm doing right now. Sleep deprivation, that's what I'm doing. All right. He's clicking and tapping in my ear. I love this shirt. Are we ready? Let's get dangerous. I got the space buns going tonight. Clunk. Uh-oh. All right, my lovelies. Oh, it is so hard to come back a week like this and pretend that things have slowed down because, trust me, they have not. Last week, we talked about Renee Nicole Good, about her death, about the violence, and about the truth that naming something as murder does not require permission from the legal system. It requires a conscience. And since then, hell's bells and tinker toys, my friends, this ground has yet to stop shaking. Today alone, multiple people have been shot across the country. Stories are still breaking. Names are still being withheld. Families are still waiting for answers they shouldn't have to beg for. In Minnesota, 2 teenagers. Minnesota, same place as Ms. Good. 2 teenagers were taken from their shift at a Target store by federal agents. Taken. Not questioned politely, not asked to step outside, zip-tied and snatched. Not politely. And later, they drove down the road with them until they finally figured out that these kids were not, undocumented, and they dropped them off in a Walmart parking lot. Seriously, they picked them up at Target and dropped them off at Walmart. The irony here, I'm just kidnapped from one big box, dropped at another. If the irony there doesn't just stop you cold, I don't know what will, because this would just blows me away. Now, before anyone rushes in to explain all this shit away, it doesn't matter what uniform was worn, okay? Doesn't matter what agency badge was flashed. When people are removed from their workplace without due process, without clarity, and without any accountability, that is state violence. Full stop. No, do not pass go. Then, last week in Portland, my former hometown, a Venezuelan couple was shot during a federal enforcement action. Again, officials say it was justified. Again, the public is told to wait. And again, families and communities are left holding trauma while institutions close fucking ranks. This is the pattern. Narrative, or force first, narrative later. Accountability, maybe, if we're lucky. And I want to be very clear here, especially for our nice little midnight mass. This is not about politics. This here is about power. It is about who gets presumed innocent, who gets handled gently, who gets a chance to explain, and who gets a gun pointed at their head instead. If, my friends, your spirituality cannot sit with that truth, if it rushes to comfort before it names the harm, then it is not doing its job. But, we don't have to end here. Because even in weeks like this, even when there are people being stupid, there are so many other people out there choosing joy, creation, and connection as an act of resistance. So, we are going to stop with all of the ick and the yuck, and we're going to pause, lift something good into this space. I have a content creator I follow. His name is Misha Brown, formerly known as Lessons in Not Crossing a Gay Man, now very lovingly known as Your Bestie, Misha. Misha's on a book tour, or going on a book tour, celebrating the release of his first book, BYOB, Be Your Own Bestie. And if you have ever followed his work, dudes, besties, y'all know what that means. Humor with teeth, compassion without naivete, truth that simply does not flinch. Now, this isn't just a book tour. This is proof that telling your story still matters, that queer joy is still revolutionary, that community, laughter, and honesty are not frivolous, they are fuel. So, tonight, my friends, we cheer for Misha. We cheer for creativity surviving some serious cynicism. We cheer for people who choose to build something very beautiful while the world is burning. And remember this. We always remember this here. Hope is not denial. Joy is not ignorance. Celebration is not surrender. They are how we stay human in all of this shit. Sit with that tonight. Hold it gently. And you know what? We'll keep showing up. Eyes open and hearts intact, my witchlings. Hey, I see a cat. Hey, Elias, let's see. Boop, 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 boom. Meh. I see that. This is about power, who gets presented innocent, who gets handled gently, who... Uh-huh. That's what I'm wondering. Sorry, cat. I mentioned that we talked about her last week, and then I moved on, friend. There were 2 teenagers in the same area who were kidnapped after she was shot in the face. There were a couple in Portland that happened the same day that I mentioned. Didn't reference her in that. So, yes, I have been talking about her because this story is relevant, because the government is still talking about her. It happened. It's really major, especially for those of us in the queer community. And I did talk about it in Bitch and Witch last night. But it matters to those of us in the queer community because she was a queer woman. It matters to those of us in the military community because she was a Gold Star wife. It matters to the general population because she was a white woman who had just dropped, I know her, yes, her wife is a fat, quoting Becca, a fat disabled veteran. So that is pertinent here. And it matters to the general populace because she was a white American citizen who had just dropped her son off at school and then drove over to support her neighbors when she found out that shit was going down. It just happened. Oh, I know it is. I'm not acting a victim. I'm not saying I'm a victim. I'm not being a victim. I am talking about the shit that is happening. They are now going door to door in Minneapolis. Yeah, that's how another person got shot today. I will stop talking about this shit when the government stops forcing ice down our throats. That's my thoughts here. Until they stop villainizing us, we're not gonna stop talking about it. Thank you, Kat. I love you. You know, every time I see No Kings, I hear the fucking hyenas. No kings, na 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 na, idiots! There will be a king. But yes, I haven't said his name. Half the time I can't remember his damn name. So I never mentioned him. I mentioned the two Venezuelan people. I mentioned the fact that there was a Venezuelan couple shot in Portland. I still don't know exactly what condition they are in, because that hasn't been talked about that I have seen, but otherwise, meh. The only kings I'm going to talk about are in LA. And I don't even follow hockey. The fact that I know that the LA hockey team is the LA Kings, I will lay squarely at the feet of Will Wheaton. Because he is a hockey fan. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Oh, I'm glad that didn't go flying. No king, no king, na 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 na. Idiots. There will be a king. I will be king. Stick with me, and you'll never go hungry again. That too. But hey, I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. Yay, that's what I needed. Good, that will go in the bag. So my brain is... I am like all over the place right now because I'm trying to prep for my weekend. That is going to be highly entertaining for me. I am terrified of this weekend, though. I'll be honest. I'm glad Kat's here. Hopefully I will see your partner in crime this weekend, Kat. Be gay, do crime. She might. I mean, we're what? We're a sneezing distance at this point, so I tagged the two youngest females in that house and said, "Hey, come visit." I mean, if they bring the eldest, I won't complain. What is my job? I am a service-connected disabled veteran. I left retail 2 years ago. Math ain't math in there, babe. How strong is your Google foo, my love? Yeah. I will say I'm very grateful I live on the West Coast and pretty much always have lived on the West Coast. I do not ever want to go East Coast. Weather back there is too wonky for my taste, too. That's just my thoughts. Oh, dear Lord. Give me just one quick moment, y'all. Come to Canada. Now, see, that's one that I don't agree with. Not in my backyard. Well, I am a Democrat, and the town I call my hometown is full of migrants from Oaxaca, Mexico, and from Russia. Not sure exactly what part of Russia. I took Spanish, not Russian. So I was able to communicate with my Mexican classmates. Same. Hey, Taylor. How are you doing tonight? What part of Canada are you in, Elias? Just out of curiosity. 'Cause I have a friend. That's right. 'Cause I have a friend who is in BC, and then a dear friend in Quebec. Hey, Cookie. We're just kind of chit-chatting here. Yeah. Thanks for the memories. Damn it. Now I got that song in my head. Thanks for the memories, but I can't even, I can see it, but I can't remember how it goes. Oh, a very different vibe at this hour. Doesn't help that one of my fucking happy lights died as we were getting ready to go on tonight. I am very sad about that. Server? Or back of the house? I could not do food service again. Thank you, no. No. Dear God, no. Yeah. That works. I can see that better than waitressing. Trust me, waitressing is not fun. Tips are great, but no. Nope. I spent enough time cleaning up after people. I really didn't want to clean up after somebody else's kids. I have to admit, though, I did enjoy working at Torrid. Being able to help women feel good about themselves. One of my favorites, and this is one of the reasons I really loved my store. We had trans women who were early in their transition. I had one call the store and go, "So I'm transgender and I'm early on in transition and I want to come buy some clothes that make me feel, good about myself. Would I be safe there?" And I'm like, "Oh, honey, We have two members of our staff who are non-binary. I have a non-binary child, and my soul sister is a transgender woman. You are more than welcome to come into our store. We will help you out, and we will make you feel as comfortable and as beautiful as you want to feel. It was great. I loved doing that. And it was always so much fun to have these women come in who were bigger girls, because, plus size clothing store. And they had not really felt beautiful in ages, right? And they come in and we help them pick out some cute outfits, maybe a cute matching bra and panty set. And they come out of the dressing room and you can just see the difference, how much more confident they felt with themselves. And it was just so awesome. That's why I loved there. That's why I worked selling makeup for a while. I mean, I just like making people feel good about themselves. That's actually kind of what led to this. It's just another way of doing the same thing. Y'all come here. I read the tarot for you. We laugh at some of the stupid shit. And we just have fun. Oh, God. Girl. The Ponte Pixie pants. Mwah. Oh, my God. They look like slacks. They feel like leggings. They are some of the most comfortable clothes I have ever had. I still live in them at times. Ah! Oh. No, you're good. Which Josh? Oh! That Josh. Okay. Okay. Eating the cats is Josh. I'm like, dude, how many... I swear it just blinked at me again. We have so many Joshes around. My son-in-law, future son-in-law, a cousin. Oh, yeah. I forget that's his actual name because he doesn't go by that. So yeah, it's like, plus his old boss, I think, was Josh. I know there was a Josh that worked in the department because I remember the ex talking about Josh at times. But yeah, honestly, when it comes to Torrid, I saw Kat's comment again. My favorite things from Torrid were the bralettes and matching panties because they are just so comfy to sit around and chill out. Girl, so the whole reason I had to turn the camera off for a minute is I started getting potsy and had to ditch the sweats. I am overheating some because it is freaking middle of January in fucking Seattle. And it felt like it was 70 forking degrees yesterday. It is currently 42 degrees outside right now. And I forgot to change that to Fahrenheit instead of Celsius. Yep, that's entertaining. Yeah, it's currently 75 degrees in my office. Because my brain won't do the math. Oh, ooh, yeah, Texas has not been... But global warming's a joke, right? Never mind the fact that Snoqualmie Pass hasn't gotten enough snow for us to be comfortable with the snowpack and not worry that we're going to have a forking drought this summer. Oh, hey, Roro. I see you down there. Yes, it is morning for you. Haha. Hello. We're just kind of chilling out, having fun, chit-chatting up here. Talking about random ass shit. Yeah, having a night. Yep. My dad has talked about how it used to freeze. But Daddy grew up in Iowa, Illinois, so something I did mention in my little screed at the beginning, I am seriously cheering for Misha Brown right now. Your Bestie Misha or Don't Cross a Gay Man. That boy, I'm so freaking happy for him. He is releasing his first book. Yes, it's a self-help book, but come on, this is Misha we're talking about. If you know, you know. And... Hey, cat. Roro over in the user in the member only chat is in your neck of the woods, sweetheart. Y'all should link up. No, I say link, not the other word, because, yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, God, that's hilarious. Roro is also a little stoned. I personally have not started hitting the pens yet tonight. I need to replace one of my cartridges. This sucker is clogged, and I can't get it to unclog. Rather pissed off about that. Where's my fit? There it is. There. I'll hit it later. But Misha is just absolutely rocking this shit. He is going on a book tour. He's going to hit Portland literally the end of February. So I have goals for the events that I have set up for this weekend and the end of February, about a week before he's going to be in Portland. If I can make enough money to rent a car to drive down there, I am going to be very happy. So, life is good though. Life is very good overall. I'm seeing some more success with what I'm doing here. I have a line on how to raise my VA benefits, get my service connection bumped up some. So hey, that is cool as shit, Roro. Roro was a I'm gonna guess something along the lines of a bud tender cannabis specialist. That is a very cool job. Someone I absolutely adore. Worked as she trimmed the buds for a while, and then she became one of their pre-roll specialists. So she would just sit there and roll and roll and roll all day. I think she said her best day was like 100 in an hour or some shit. Boop, boop, boop. Medical cannabis. Sweet. Girl, I need to sit down and chat with you soon. Because we have just kind of been playing around figuring out what terps we work with. And what helps us the best. I have a little, basically journal where I can keep track of the strains that we've used. But man, if I could talk to somebody who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about, that would be awesome. Yep. Oh, yeah. Not only is she in your neck of the woods, but you have a couple of other things in common there, as you can see. Roro, if you are in Discord, hey! Now, so Roro, if you are in the Discord, Amy and Kat are both there, and you should seriously get together. Man, I summoned her without even using her name this time. We're doing awesome. So, how do you get into Discord? Okay, there is a link in the membership stuff in the channel. The man behind the curtain is telling me that, if need be, we'll figure it out. Ooh, yes, it is. Yay! Oh, yay! I actually just mentioned that. And he's like, are they going to come visit? I'm like, well, I tagged the two youngest femmes in the house. If y'all can drag the eldest, hey, no complaints. Ooh, dude. Man, we got some really awesome people with some good knowledge in here. Yay. I would love to see you guys. And then, the eldest, my eldest will be there Sunday, but not Saturday, so. Kat, you are far from stupid, sweetheart. If I know anything about my family, we can't stand people who can't carry on an intelligent conversation, and I will leave it at that. Well, hello there, little man. Hello, baby boy. Oh, you good boy. Sorry, I just got invaded by a sergeant. Never mind. I'm just going to shut up for a minute. Ooh. ADHD here. ADHD, fibromyalgia, endometriosis, DID, anxiety, PTSD, CPTSD technically, but yeah. So like I said, I would love to have a chat. Because I do but don't like feeling high, but oh, thankfully something you don't have to deal with, sweetheart. So that's entertaining. So endometriosis is when the endometrial lining, that is the stuff that is shed during the menstrual period, somehow manages to migrate outside of the uterus. Mine has migrated to most of my lower torso. I am lucky so far it has not gotten up to the brain. Oh, yeah. Pain is, ooh, vestibulars, those are not fun either. I get hemiplegic migraines. Mine mimic strokes. That's fun to have happen too. Yes, pretty much fun and excitement, chit chat. Well, we're currently talking about the medical conditions that we would use medicinal cannabis for. So, hey, and I have space buns. And they're not shaking out tonight. Oh, hi. Mind you, my intelligence wanes after about 10 o'clock at night. Ooh, opals. Gah. That is gorgeous. I am so jealous. Girl, yeah, it is. Child. Yeah. See, my oldest has the autism and he has dabbled with it occasionally. It's not his favorite thing in the world. Thank you, goddess. I love that they're comfy tonight. Hello, Leviathan. I'm sorry, I was not ignoring you. I just didn't say hi to you by name. Oh, probably. Oh, I don't mask anymore because honestly, if you only like me when I'm masked, then I don't want to deal with you because it takes so much time and energy and focus to actually keep masking. And as soon as the DID or the PTSD or any of the other shit that's going on up here kicks in the least little bit, I can't mask anymore. So y'all get to see me. I don't put on airs. I don't put on a character to go in front of the camera. This is who and what I am daily. Yes, he does try to make sure that I have my script so that I can communicate coherently. Well, yes, I try to make sure that everything is scripted and oh, yeah. I have to write down a script to make so that A, I communicate coherently, B, I don't forget shit that I really wanted to talk about, and C, I don't stumble over my words. So much effort, and most people understand that it's a tick, not, yeah, exactly. There is no point in masking. And these people, and I'm seeing it a lot in more celebrities again, where they put on the Ellen mask. Because Ellen with her, be kind, and she really wasn't behind the scenes. So I can't do that. I don't have the energy or the brain power to be able to do that. Yep. It's taken me a lot of therapy. I think my therapist down in San Diego helped me a lot there. He helped me start with the unmasking process, but he understood why I was still masking a lot at home, especially. I lived with the incubator. And the incubator didn't like well, actually, she didn't like anything about me, but she really disliked the real me. So she demanded that I be not me. Yep. Oh, honey, I have been in therapy on and off, mostly on, for the last 28 years, since I was 20. That's when I started getting therapy. And I have stuck with it. Oh, except for a few months here and there when I was moving. Such as when we moved from San Diego to Seattle, I was without a therapist for a couple of months, 2-3 months. And then I've gone a couple of periods here and there where my therapist left the VA and they hadn't assigned me a new one because the one I really wanted wasn't taking new patients. And then we've had the therapist we have now. She's pretty cool. We do well with her. But I feel as though the benefit I'm getting from our relationship is not as much now, so I'm kind of on the hunt for a new therapist. Had another one that I really liked, but god damn it, she moved to Iowa. And while, yes, we were doing virtual visits anyway, and my referral through the VA ran out, and I have to do a new one, and I really didn't feel like dealing with it, so, Yep. And I really miss my therapist in San Diego. I straight up the only male therapist I have ever gelled with. And he was great. That's true. I really liked it. And we've been doing virtual therapy with our regular therapist who lives in the same town with us, but we've been doing virtual therapy with her since lockdown. And it's kind of nice to be able to just sit here in my home, in my comfy chair with a soda, or when he was smoking, he would smoke a cigarette while we're talking to the therapist. And it made it that much more comfortable to be able to just talk, because there wasn't that. Oh, that is so awesome. That is fabulous, Ro. So I like being able to sit in my comfortable, safe space and talk. And hell, I do this talking to the computer on a regular basis, so it's not a whole lot different than talking to you guys in chat. That's hilarious, Amy. But he's not wrong. They are so freaking obsessive about other people's genitals. Stumbled across a content creator on Facebook the other day. She just popped up in my stream, or in my feed. And she's a spoony witch. And she's talking about how she keeps having people come into her comments and shit and saying, you're trans, you're never actually going to be a woman. When they dig up your bones later, they're going to know you were a man, blah, 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 blah. And so yesterday she posted a picture of her pregnant and said, woman, born, raised, popped kids out and everything. And they're like, oh, you're doing it. You had a uterine transplant. Darling, they have only just recently, like within the last 2 years, managed to successfully transplant a uterus from one female to another female, AFAB to AFAB. And it still hasn't managed to give birth. It just is there and menstruates. Has not actually been able to conceive and carry a child yet. We are decades away. We are decades away from being able to do uterine transplants from a cis woman to a trans woman. But these are the same people who honestly believe that you can save an ectopic pregnancy by removing it from the fallopian tube and reimplanting it into the uterus. or the ones who haven't gotten past, middle school, maybe high school biology and say that it's only XX or XY, there's no other, until you confront them with the fact, well, there's XXY or XYY or XXYY or any of the, I don't even know how many different variations you have. Then there's those children who are born intersex, and they're born with both sets of genitals, and well, at one time the parents were able to choose. Now they just let the kid grow up, and once puberty hits, whichever set of hormones takes precedence, that's who we are. But yeah, no. It's biology. You can't escape biology. I'm going to show that one because I was literally just talking about the biology behind this. My dear, there are hundreds of genetic variations made by X and Y chromosomes. That's all I'm going to say. Pepper jack spicy. Oh. Yes, androgen insensitivity disorders also contribute to things like intersex and gender and blah blah yada yada. So, yeah. I mean, we are not the grandchildren of a, research chemist, biologist for nothing, right? No, intersex is having the genitals of both genders. Wildly outdated term, but that is what they used to be called. It is now intersex. No, the term is intersex. That is the medical terminology for it. It is called intersex. I have friends who were born intersex. Yeah, I already said that. That about 20 years ago, up until about 20 years ago, when a child was born intersex, the parents were given the choice then and there, do you want it to be a boy or a girl? And they discovered that the parents were choosing, and then the child would grow up and hit puberty, and, well, mom and dad chose wrong. Yes, doctors. No, doctors are the ones who are calling it intersex. As I said, I know people who were born such. I know what it is called. I don't talk about shit I don't know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Amy. I love you. Amy and I are not the granddaughters of the witches you couldn't burn. We're the granddaughters of the scientists you couldn't kill. A hermaphrodite is a slur, as is transvestite, but there are some applications of that particular word that are allowed, such as I am a sweet transvestite from Transylvania, or transsexual Transylvania. Because, well, at the time, that was the terminology that was used. Yes. Yep. Oh, yes. Agreed, Kat. Agreed. That's why I am letting you know that the word you were using is technically now a slur. I know you don't want to use slurs. I know that you are striving to be a good person. So when you say something, I am trying to be very gentle and very kind about saying, hey, wait, let's check that one here. This is not the word you want to use. This is the more accurate term now. I need to go look that up, because that doesn't... Okay, yep. Okay, that one, how old is that song? Hold on. Weird Al Night. Santa Went Crazy. In 96. Okay, yes. So... Yes. And you know what? I'm willing to bet that he has probably apologized for it by now. Because he strikes me as the type that wants to make amends when he fucks up like that. He seems really, really, really sweet and really cool. Yes, gypsy is a slur. Gypsy is a... Okay, using that word to refer to a Romani person is akin to using the N-word to describe a black person. For similar reasons as well. So, yeah. I have been... Yeah, just like Polak jokes from the 80s and 90s. Very similar. And the word gypped comes from gypsy because gypsies were stereotypically con artists. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and let that one through. I figured that's what you meant. That's true too. Thank you, Amy. I know. I don't disagree. It does sound, but I know. It's all good. Typos, man, or autocorrupt. But it was a good one. I'm gonna give you that one. But little person to me seems little person. Calling them dwarfs or midgets is you're on the highway to being beat down. It is little person. It does. It is worse, actually. I actually worked with someone who barely did not qualify as a little person. She was like 2 inches too tall. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, no. Oh, I would probably never go back to that conversation or talk to that person ever again. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome, Roro. Okay, so y'all will get a kick out of this one. I have I have a number of very, very, very dear friends who are black. They are essentially family at this point. And yep. Okay, and my youngest, my spawn, my darling child, I will, told me to tell his auntie that he said he is so respectful of his African American family and friends that he won't even put the hard R on slipper. When he told me this, thankfully I was driving here in town, so I was not going that fast, because had I been driving on the freeway, driving at speed, I would have wrecked my car. I was laughing so hard. Jimmy, yes, it is. Similar to cracker. And yeah, We do not use slurs in here if we can avoid it. Whoop whoop. Girl, when I told my girlfriend this, I texted her that. It took her 20 minutes to be able to get back to me because she was laughing so hard. And then she told her wife, who laughed just as hard because they have known this child since he was teeny tiny. Yes. I hate saying them, but there are times when you kind of have to say them so that, hello, everybody knows what you're talking about. All right. Apparently I'm supposed to look at Discord. Keep scrolling up. Keep it going. There we are. Oh. Hey, Roro. Good to see ya. Oh. Yep. Sweet. Hey. It's an Amy. I love Amy's animations. Those are adorable. Sweet, sweet. All right. Back to the conversation. Wait. When was 3:45. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait. What day of the week is this? It's Wednesday. He's at work. She has pretty hair. Misha like. All right. Clickety click. All right. Minimize. Yeah. Disable that. Okay, that works. Everyone do the hokey pokey. You could be right. I have not really looked into that one, but I think that's what my little brother said umpteen million years ago. Good grief. Dr. Pepper is talking tonight, I swear. You put your left hand in, you put your... No, die. No. Nope, we're not doing that live. For those of you who are in Discord with me and are primarily family, remind me to tell you the 45 degrees. Just tell me 45 degrees and remind me and I will tell you what it is. Yeah. That would be the one. Yes. The man behind the curtain knows what I'm talking about. He will hopefully remind me. Ow. Quit kicking the leg of the chair, guys, please. That does not feel good. Yes, it was. I got to see them in concert. So, do what, huh? Oh. Oh, that one. The one that you had stuck in your head for what, 3 months after the concert? Yes, you should probably go get some sleep, cat. Hello, Minnie. So, my in-laws, we live on one side of Puget Sound. My in-laws live on the other side. And we prefer to drive around rather than catching the ferry. There is a point to this story. Just bear with me. As we drive around, we have to go past the Tacoma Dome. The Tacoma Dome has this giant ass fucking LED sign that says, what artists are going to be there soon. And we were driving around one time and I saw an ad for the New Kids on the Block. That would be awesome. Then, with the New Kids on the Block was Boys to Men and 98 Degrees. Well, hell, New Kids on the Block is my favorite pop band. Love them. Found out I'm related to 2 of them. Is that not cool, Amy? We are related to them. And then Boys to Men. I have adored Boys to Men since the first time I heard Motown Philly. And then I heard love that band. So we're driving through and I'm like, man, that is a bucket list concert if I ever saw one. My husband made note of this. And my birthday present, because the concert was in like February or March, my birthday present was tickets to that concert. So that was my first opportunity getting to see them. And the other band touring with them, it was Boyz II Men, New Kids on the Block, and 98 Degrees. That was awesome. Fucking awesome. Then, I actually think some of the Backstreet Boys are cuter. But, anyway. So we're there. We're at the concert. Fucking awesome concert. And Donnie Wahlberg is up on the stage and he's like, dudes, what does Seattle sound like? And we cheer and, and he's like, no. What does Seattle sound like? Me, I'm sitting there going, we're in Tacoma, so what the fuck would they know? I mean, come on. Didn't say this. And then he's like, no, y'all ain't hearing me. I am going to bring a friend out here who can show us what Seattle sounds like. And we're all like, okay, well, this is cool. This is fun. This is awesome. And he's like, hey, Mix-a-Lot, get out here. And we're like, you said who, what, huh? That's right. They start. No, I take it back. I am being corrected. He didn't do that. No, what we heard was, oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It's just so big. And the crowd just went batshit. And I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm like, wait. So you're telling me I'm getting to see Boyz II Men, New Kids on the Block, and Mix-a-Lot? Fuck yeah. I'm a happy bitch. Hell yeah. And then that summer, I'm sorry, Minnie. Depends on what you're sad about, honey. And then that summer, Alabama was coming to the Washington State Fair. Mind you, I have loved that particular band since I was itty bitty teeny tiny. And so they were another bucket list concert. My husband was so sweet. Even though he does not like country music, he took me to that concert as well. And I'm like, dude, I love him. He is spoiling me so badly. I have gotten to see so many fucking concerts since I have been with this man that I would not have normally gotten to see. I've seen the New Kids 3 times now. Twice of those were my husband's doing. The third time was my spawn. Girl, I lucked out. Straight up. Probably says a few. I'm running through it and I'm trying to think of it, but other than Colin looking like hoes. But yeah. White boys ain't a slur, honey. And I do know that he has a number of friends who are not black. Yeah, even white boys got a shout. Baby got back. I know someone who was in the house when that song was written. Because he is friends with her sperm donor. Even white boys got a shout. Baby got back. Oh, but oh, man. Music is my thing. I absolutely love music. You hate your life and you hate your family. How old are you? That's kind of plays into this before I can give any kind of advice there. Because my advice for a fully grown adult and my advice for someone who is still a dependent will be wildly different. You forgot how old you are. Is Aryan a racist term? No. Aryan describes a specific race of people, and it is the accurate description for the Aryan. Because there was a different kind of Aryan group that settled in the Indus Valley in the Middle East. You know, it's very, very hard for me to take someone seriously who can't remember how old they are. I can excuse my own because my birthday was just a week ago, so I have to stop and realize I am a year older. But at least I'm close. The Aryan Brotherhood, they actually stem from a group out of Germany who were not nice people. I know. That is cray-cray. But that's only for me saying it's that because you're Amy's partner in crime here. And in my head, even though I know Amy well, my brain still says Amy's a 4-year-old. Sorry, Amy. Hey, at least I finally gotten past calling Amy the baby cousin. Because she's not a baby anymore. Those not nice people also co-opted the peace symbol they stole, too. Which, if memory serves, came from the other Aryans as well. She's adorable. In all the best ways. And dude, I'm sitting here looking at a picture of my oldest and thinking of Amy. And going, oh wow. I could put Amy and my son next to each other and we know they're related. It's kind of amusing. When he's not looking like Sasquatch. Man, that had to be interesting. Whew. Got a point there. Because honestly, aside from the people here that I know personally, I don't give a flying fuck what race somebody is. I'm going to see the name you have, and I'm going to go, cool name. I like it. Where's it come from? Oh, so this one comes from a language that I'm somewhat familiar with, so I can take a wild guess that you come from this area. Yes, that is probably going to indicate a race or a color. I don't give a fuck. As long as you are a good, honest, kind, compassionate person, you are welcome here, because we abide here by the tolerance paradox. We do not tolerate intolerance. Again, as long as you are kind and respectful, we are fine. Exactly, we're all humans. We all have feelings and emotions and loved ones. We have people we care about and people who care about us. And that's what we do here. And that's why I come online, and my job, my goal, not my job, but my goal is to spread love, joy, and kindness. I am here to uplift people, to spread a little bit of joy. If you're laughing at me, okay, fine. It's not the first time. Come on, I'm ridiculous at times. But that's just what I'm here for. If I can spread a little bit of knowledge, awesome. If I can show people out there who are homophobic or transphobic that those of us in the queer community are humans just like the rest of you, all the fucking better. Because I am uniquely positioned to be able to do some of this shit because I am in a heteropassing relationship. So, and because of that, I am so lucky, because when people see me and they hear me refer to my husband, 99.9% of people are going to assume I'm straight. No, why wouldn't somebody, why? Why should they not be accepted? What is wrong with them that they should be shunned from society? Because I am one of those people. I believe there is good in pretty much everybody. There are very few people who are truly rotten to the core. Hell, even Mustache Man liked small children and animals. He had a few redeeming qualities. He actually wasn't a horrible artist. He just had some fucked up ideas in his head. Yeah. Had that Jewish art school accepted him, we would not have had the Holocaust. But no. most people that we would call a bad person are able to be rehabilitated. So, I don't think... I can imagine. Okay, boop, 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 boop. Yeah, I would believe that we gave it the idea to take over the world. No! So long as that stays an inside thought and they never act on it? No. No, not even. Okay. If they act on those impulses, yes. They need to be put into therapy and therapized and rehabilitated. Because I know a few who are attracted, but they know that this desire is ew, and so they never act on it. And some of them, that means they stay single and celibate for the rest of their life. Okay. So no. Some of them you can, as if they have acted on it, they can be removed from society until they can learn to repress those urges. Because again, and I hate it, but they can't always control the thoughts. Hell, we all have compulsive thoughts that we really wish we didn't have. But it's the difference is the attraction and the action on that attraction. Yeah. And we are getting into the weeds over one specific thing. Again, this is not the first time you have done this today, hon. Don't disagree with you there, Roro. But I do not believe that there are no people who are, or I do not believe that there are people who cannot be completely rehabilitated. It is. Bring back state hospitals and allow them to have their own corner of society. And this is coming from someone who survived CSA. And I am not going to elaborate on what CSA is. I will let you take the current topic of conversation and do that math. No, prison as punishment doesn't work. That is why we need to pivot from punitive prisons to rehabilitative prisons. Because if someone goes into a rehabilitative program, instead of going to prison and, being shunned, put them in a program to retrain them. Most people who go through those programs have lower recidivism rates than those who don't. You just send somebody to prison and turn them into a slave. When they get out, their behavior hasn't changed any. They still don't know how to behave in polite society. So they're going to go right back to their fucking old behaviors. Exactly. Oh God, DBT is just amazing. Yeah. DBT is dialectal behavioral therapy. It is frequently used for people with PTSD and some borderlines. And it basically is a module that teaches you how to manage your emotions. CBT is cognitive behavioral therapy. So CBT is what I was talking about with today's fucking Namaste card. Oh my God, I cannot stand another day of this fucking traffic. So what CBT says is you take that thought and instead of going, oh my God, go, hey, hey, I'm going to be stuck in this traffic. Might as well do something, worthwhile with it. I'm going to listen to a podcast or an audiobook. That is your CBT. DBT is, a whole lot else. Hey, Bean, how are you doing tonight? Exactly, Heather, DBT is life-saving. I have done DBT numerous times. I kept getting re-enrolled in the program with the clinic I was in. Not complaining, definitely worth it. It helped me get it to sink in. You got school this morning, kiddo? DMT. No. Yes. Yes. I'm sorry, Bean. School is necessary, though, hon. Yep, mindfulness, to be present, and radical acceptance. That's the big part of it. Radical acceptance. And acknowledging, I can be furious with you right now, but I still love you. I can hate this behavior, this stupid thing that you have done, but I still love you as a person because your behavior does not reflect who you are as a person per se. Sometimes it can, most of the time it does not. I have never done drugs. This is the sum total of the drugs I have done in my life that were not prescribed to me. And actually, at this point, this is now basically prescribed. Because my doctor tells me that, yes, this is doing what I think it is, and he wants me to continue doing it. Now, that would be Run DMC. Yep, mine was a 12-week course, 12-week, I think we were 2 hours at a time. But yes. One of the things I am very open about here, I am service-connected disabled veteran. I have CPTSD. I have DID because I had a fucked up childhood. So I am honest about the shit I have lived through. That's possible too, Amy. But so I want to talk about the things that are helpful for people who've lived through the shit I have. Because, well, oh shit. Okay. Oh, no, I'm just thinking it doesn't matter whether it's the RNC or the DNC. I have to agree with Jason. They're two sides of the same fucking coin. Thank you, Heather. That is true, too. The every time the RNC meets, Grinder crashes in that town. Like I said, I think they're kind of running neck and neck here, Amy. That's okay, Bean. Yeah, I can imagine. We're talking politics, mental health. We've bounced all over tonight. Yeah, it's round about midnight for us. Thank you for that reminder, though. I'm grabbing that here. Oh, shice. Don't actually screw it. I'm not going to worry about that. Thank you. Oh, what the fluff? Okay. I gotta grab keyboard. No, right window. I got it. Thank you. Boop. That'll work nicely. Hey, that worked. All right, we're gonna go here. British. Yeah, Bean's in London. Oh dear Lord. Any tips for severe anxiety? Oh God. So one of my favorite things to treat massive anxiety is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. Slowly. That works too, Heather. Just ground yourself, and that's the best thing you can do. It's not easy, I will admit that. What the flying fluff? There we go. Booyah. Is your friend getting ready for school as well? Because, I mean, that would kind of make sense. There we go. Ha. Amen to that. I wanted to be a therapist. That might be why you're being sent to voicemail, hon. They're probably, I don't know, getting dressed or getting ready for school, maybe even eating breakfast, which would be a good idea. Three things you can feel, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. Those are the ones I can remember the best. 5 things you see, and then the hear and feel are the ones I get reversed occasionally, and then 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. Go to school, Bean. Have a good day, hon. Oh. Yeah. Kat, she's in London, so I don't think we have to worry about her the way we would if she was here in the States. And you know, the fact that I can make that particular joke really fucking sucks, because I should not. Hello! Hey, Google. Stop. Hey, Google. Hey. Oh, not really, Jimmy. No. We have, what? 3 Londoners who chip in, who pop in and hang out with us on a regular? Yeah. A fucking men, Jake. Oh my God. That's true, Amy. Oh, no. London is about as dangerous as New York. Or LA, or Chicago, or Dubai, or fucking... At least they're speaking English. When I told my family I wanted to learn to speak English because I wanted to learn British slang. Why did that pop to mind? Yeah. No, I would be more afraid of John walking up and punning you, but... No, London is... Yeah, London doesn't have guns. Maybe that's part of why I'm not so stressed the fuck out. Because I know how to defend myself hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, 1 in 5 million chance of being assaulted with a blade. You're more likely to survive a stab wound. You're more likely to die in a plane crash than while visiting London. "24-hour news cycle. The world is genuinely safer today." Shut up. I'm not going to bed. You go to bed. Anyway, the world genuinely is safer today than it was in the 80s when I was a kid. The reason everybody thinks it's so much more dangerous is we have the 24-hour news channels and we are getting news from the fucking Middle East as soon as it happens, instead of a week later when it comes in via, I don't know, mail or some shit. But things are genuinely safer. Even here in the States. Kidnappings. We're going to use kidnappings because it's one of the most common bitches. Kidnappings are less frequent today than they were in the mid-'80s when I was a kid roaming the streets of the town I grew up in by myself at 6, 7, 8 years old. Why does Rachel scare you? I find her rather soothing to get the news from because she puts it out. She doesn't, oh, honey. Oh, Kat, you got it. I will send you some Rachel links. She's always, Rachel's rarely mad. Passionate occasionally, but she's not mad. She's very, very genuine, very smart, very well written, well spoken, and just very composed most of the time. I think in the 3 years that I've been watching her fairly regularly, I have seen her genuinely mad 4 times. Yeah, if she's worked up, there's reason to be worked up about it. I see her laugh more often than I see her mad. She's pretty awesome. I very much respect her because she does her research. She doesn't just take a soundbite and run with it. She's actually how I know that Henry Ford was handing out his fucking white supremacist newsletters with every car he sold. Because she wrote a book about that shit. No. Oh, no. Far from no, because of the fact she does her research. And she cites her research. As she is talking on air, she will show you where she gets her facts from. And she gets her facts from reputable sources. Hell, as often as possible, she goes to the source. Go to bed, sweetheart. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she even if it makes her or the person she supports, even if it makes them look bad, she will still tell you, hey, this shit happened. She's not afraid of it. She is not, and even better, and this is one of the biggest reasons I admire her. When she is wrong, she owns up to it. And she corrects herself on air. And she says, I fucked up. Not in those words necessarily, because I mean, it is MS now. But she says, I goofed. Oh yeah, and she's such a goody that she just doesn't swear. I think if I heard Rachel Maddow drop an F-bomb, I would probably faint. Yeah, they're okay. Not horrible, but not... I can tolerate them. I think the people I like most right now, aside from Rachel, because I really like the amount of research she puts into shit. I like the Midas Touch crew. I like... the kid, whose name I can't remember. I can see his damn face, but I can't remember his freaking name. There's a B in there somewhere. Who's the kid I'm thinking of, babe? Yes, Luke Beasley. That's where the B is. I knew there was a B. I like Luke. I hear you. Where are you? There you are. That's why I'm hearing you. No. I don't know that one as well. What's up, Bop? Come here. Hi. Did you go, baby? What's up? Oh. Mama busy right now. Okay? Can you wait a little bit? You want to come here? You want knuckles? Come here. Please? Okay. I don't follow as much of the news, the current events people as I probably should, especially right now. I'm catching the few people that I really like, their takes on shit, but I'm more focusing on the feel good stuff like Shauna the Mom and Your Bestie Misha and some of them. Mama cusses. No, I don't follow him. We do know who he is. Angry Potato is coming out to Angry Potato at Dad. But I'm not burying my head in the sand. Hey, Artie. But I am trying to kind of take a little bit of a break from some of the politics. She goes by another name on YouTube, and I saw her tonight, and I can't remember what it is, but she popped her video about fixing the bathroom door popped up in my For You page today, and I love that one. How are you doing tonight, Artie? Oh, where are you? I know. Oh, there you are. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Come see me. Give me just a second, y'all. Oh, I give you pets, okay? No, he's whining. Sorry. Sorry, the angry potato is being slightly whiny at Mom. So I had to give him pets and remind him that Mommy is busy. So it's been a couple of weeks. That's all good. I can't remember where Artie is at. We've started doing a Wednesday night midnight mass. Just kind of, I do a rundown of some current events that are just kind of going on and have me unsettled. Tonight I grabbed a current event that's kind of an uplifting thing. I am so happy for your bestie Misha, Misha Brown. He's releasing his first book, going on a book tour. Super, super, super excited for him because he is one of the nicest people I have seen on the internet recently. So had to give him a shout out and say, support this person. Yes, the Sons of Liberty is definitely worth following if you are interested in following current events. A large percentage of the Sons of Liberty members and staff are veterans. Another one that you can follow, I'm going to tell you some of my favorite YouTubers here. We have the Sons of Liberty. We have Park Rose Permaculture. Angela lives in Portland, actually my part of Portland. And she's got a really, really good take on a lot of shit that's going on. And one of her friends who is also friends with the Sons of Liberty is knitting cult lady Daniela Mistianic Young. She's a former cult member, third generation in the Children of God cult. She left that cult, joined the cult of the United States Army as an intelligence officer. She knows her shit. She and her husband are both veterans. So we have Sons of Liberty. We have Angela, we have Daniela, we have Monty Mater. She grew up white Christian nationalist, has deconstructed, and is an amazing person when you want to talk about religion. She has deconstructed and is helping others deconstruct, and leading from her to Father Nathan Monk, former Russian Orthodox priest, left the priesthood, left the priesthood, resigned his priesthood, that's the word I'm looking for, and is now an author, a comedian of sorts, and just really awesome person, also working on deconstructing. Jimmy, the reason people say that to you is because some of the talking points you are using are rage bait. And it's clickbait, it's rage bait. Yeah. And you have been, in previous streams where we have talked, you have mentioned that you don't know any trans women other than your cousin's wife, I think you said earlier today. And I am not going to out anyone in particular, but I will say that you have conversed with 3 trans women in this chat tonight. So, and well, despite the fact that you have said some things that are very rude, very hateful, we know that you probably don't actually hate people that way or really genuinely believe 100% what you are saying. And part of that is if you did, you would not be in here. So, I am just going to say they are just like everybody else. And as long as you are mostly respectful, we will continue to converse with you. We are going to call out bullshit. We are going to let you know when you are being rage baity. And we're going to say, dude, are you just trying to stir the pot? Because you bringing up Jordan Peterson. Honey. Jordan Peterson is about as right-wing as fucking Steve Bannon. So, I am going to strongly encourage you to check out the Sons of Liberty and Monty Mater and Father Nathan. Actually, check out all of them that I have mentioned, because all of them lay things out, that they lay out the facts. Big Sarge, the founder of the Sons of Liberty, does occasionally get kind of screamy, but he tries not to. If you follow them on Facebook, Admin V, oh God, she's my age. And she's a very typical Gen X woman. So I like her. She also grew up uber conservative Southern Christian. So I get the feeling that you are trying to deconstruct some of what you think you know. Because you're starting to realize that what you've been taught all your life may not be absolutely true. And I went through that. Oh my God. And the best part of me having gone through it, I laugh about this, because this realization explains so much of why my mother hated me. I grew up with parents who were horrifically racist, and so closed-minded, homophobic, transphobic, all of it. And I'm the way I am. Once I found out just how uber conservative and racist and fucked up my mother was, a lot of things clicked into place for me as to why she hated me as much as she did. Aside from the fact she didn't want a daughter in the first place, but that's neither here nor there. To quote my darling mother-in-law, how did parents like that raise a daughter like that? She wasn't referring to me in that case. Yep. It was the homophobia, the othering, the racist, fear-mongering, the AIDS crisis. Just the whole AIDS and crack. Okay, crack cocaine. Crack is a form of cocaine. Crack is a form of cocaine. Rich white-collar white dudes in New York snort a line of cocaine. Dumb black kids down in the South are smoking crack. Most of the liberal stuff you see isn't intended as rage bait. That's the thing. The reason it enrages you, it's framed in a rage baity way by the right wing, by that side. But if you really look at what it is saying, what the left and the liberals want, we have empathy for our fellow man. We have compassion for our fellow man. We give a fuck what happens to the earth because, well, if we destroy the earth, we destroy humanity. We believe that all people, human rights are human rights for everybody, etc., etc., etc. That too. Well, no. Rage bait is simply something that is said or written or published with the intent of making people angry or getting attention. Because emotion equals engagement. And what Gen Z or Alpha slang are you saying I'm using? Because A, I'm willing to bet you're assuming I'm a fuck ton older than I am. And I'm not. You walked into the middle of a conversation that has been happening for, no, pushing 12 hours, because we started this conversation during chillin'. And that was 10 hours ago. Hey, Roro. Welcome back. Yes. I know that's what happens on a stream. But you decided to jump into a conversation before you knew exactly what was being talked about, my friend. Yes, people should be taking responsibility for their own reactions. That is similar to a few other things that I have discussed, but and yes, not gonna argue that one. Not gonna argue that one. Both sides are rage baiting there. But playing on people's emotions makes it easier to manipulate them. Probably my kids. I have heard my kids. Anything I have said here tonight, if it's current slang, it means I've heard one of my kids use it. I'm trying to figure out what I said that was current slang. Go get some rest, honey. Love you, cat. Oh, rage bait is just me being chronically online. Sad face. It broke. Night, kid. Love you. Ooh, pumpkin. Ooh, pumpkin spice sounds good. Can you bring me one of my waters, my love? He is so cranky right now. Oh my gosh. Mom, I want to go out. Oh, he kicked the shelf. Okay. Heard no. I need to get Gatorade at the house again. I'm getting potsy. That's true too. And Took just made noise behind me and startled the hell out of me. I love my furry children. But yeah. I am a mom. I have children in their 20s. The youngest of those ran a D&D game for teenagers, so. It is flavored water. It is cherry flavored hint water. I cannot drink plain water. It makes my throat hurt. So I have to have a little bit of flavor. And this is a good one. It does not have any sugar. It simply has a hint of flavor. And it actually has a hint of flavor as opposed to like one of the other flavored waters. I cannot remember the brand off the top of my head. That tastes like it might have been transported in a truck that the last load was the fruit that you're supposed to be tasting. One of these days I'm going to smack myself in the face doing that. And yes, that's why I asked him if he would bring me one of my waters. When I drink regular bottled water, I usually put this shit in it. But I didn't feel like doing that. Yes, I have fur babies, Roro. If you check the pets channel in the Discord server, you'll see current and former fur children. I do not know where the furry overlord is currently, though. I'm willing to bet he is in one of the heated beds in the other room. Probably Sarge is hiding under the table, because he's not laying on my foot. Oh. I just... Ah, da bye-byes. Yes, thank you, Roro. Unfortunately, I did not think about the fact that the man behind the curtain, would check the pets channel. So I didn't give him a heads up that I had posted pictures of his dog that we lost a few years back. Bad die, no donuts. What is the most conservative voice that I agree with? It genuinely depends on the topic. Because there are some topics where I am more conservative than others. Generally, the conservatives that I will support are the ones who genuinely believe in supporting and defending the Constitution, which every senator, every person from the president to the newest member of Congress swears the exact same oath that is on that flag right there. Worded there are a few different words to it, but it is almost word for word the exact same oath. And that oath on that flag right there is the one I raised my right hand, looked my grandfather in the eye, and said, I do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I was relieved of my service, my active duty status, was not relieved of my oath. I am no oath breaker. I will continue to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America until such time that it is either removed or I die. My loyalty is to the Constitution, not the president. So, what's his name? Oh, God. Oh, I know. Shit. I can see his face. I want to say his name starts with an R. Who am I thinking of, babe? The one who's been on Colbert, guy. That would be the one, yes. Kinzinger, yes. I wanted it to be... No, I don't agree with a damn thing he does ideologically, but I do agree with some of his stances on the January 6th. Yeah, Ron Paul's more independent, but he has some good ideas as well. He very much comes at things from the right. I also admire, in one respect, Liz Cheney. That woman was brave enough to stand by her personal ethics and convictions to tell that thing sitting in the White House that he fucked up. Knowing it was going to cost her her career, she still stood by her convictions. And I respect the hell out of her for that. I am willing to bet that the Oregon senator, I think he was a senator, not sure, But the guy that I was a page for when I was in high school, I'm pretty positive he was a Republican. And for the most part, I respected him. Don't love a lot of the things that he stands for, but I respect him. The things that I refuse to respect a politician for are if they are anti-abortion. Abortion care is health care. We're not going to go into that discussion again. Human rights are for all humans, not just the ones we like or look like us. Common sense gun laws. I believe in background checks for everybody, closing the fucking loopholes that currently exist. I agree with bans on semi-automatic weapons and fully automatic weapons. As a former member of the United States military, I do not believe that any civilian needs to have a weapon of war in their home. Because, I'm sorry, an Uzi or an automatic, you don't need a weapon like that to go hunting. Because you shoot an animal with an automatic or a semi-automatic weapon and you ain't gonna get any meat out of it. Now, see, the Second Amendment says that we have the right to bear arms for a well-regulated militia, which is the National Guard. So technically, if you really want to get down to the nitty-gritty of it, technically, the only citizens that the Second Amendment covers are those who are members of the National Guard. Yes, a 30-30 is a damn good home defense weapon. No, the Second Amendment isn't. Yes, it is. What we called a militia back in 1776 is what has now become our National Guard, because the National Guard is the state. What do you think the National Guard is, honey? There's a reason we call them weekend warriors. I know a bunch of National Guardsmen who are literally farmers or construction workers or fast food workers. I know a couple that are cops. So, the old-time militia from the 1700s became the modern-day National Guard. It just kind of got folded under the Department of the Army. But they meet 1 weekend a month, two weeks in the summer, and they do their thing. Otherwise, they're just everyday Joe Schmo citizen. He should just need to go water the tree. Yes, we still have militia in our Constitution, as do we. State militia. That is your state National Guard. That is why Trump sending the Texas National Guard into Illinois was such a big deal. Because it is the Texas National Guard. Yeah, and the people who are all about the fucking Second Amendment are ignoring the fact that we have that tyrannical government right now. Where are they? Where are all of these fucking people who are Second Amendment gun nuts? Who have all been, oh, well, if the government tried to overstep its duties, we're gonna defend ourselves against it. You're fucking cheering them on. The Second Amendment gun people are the ones who are cheering about the fact that there have been people shot by ICE agents. They're fucking bootlickers. Instead of doing what they said they were going to do and standing up and defending the average citizen against a tyrannical government. Fucking Trump is trying to install himself. He is wiping away all of the checks and balances. He is consolidating all of the power of the three distinct separate branches of government under one, which is exactly what the Constitution was created to prevent. But all of these people who are all about the Second Amendment are cheering it on. They are. They really are. And so, I don't understand it. Or in Sherbert Forest. Oh my God, I'm keeping that one. I usually refer to him as the fascist Cheeto. Because, well, open your eyes, I'm just saying. But it's just, yeah, the Second Amendment was intended so that we could defend ourselves against government overreach, because that's why the Founding Fathers came here. They were getting away from the government overreach of the King of England. King Charles, if I remember right. And here we are with King Charles in office, or on the throne again, and my Velveeta Voldemort. I like that one too. Clementine Caligula is another one I've heard. And they're rolling over and taking it. They're calling him daddy, for fuck's sake. Ew. Yeah. The American Revolution was fought with muskets. I could defend myself with a 30-30. I can defend myself with a 30-06. All else fails, give me a fucking 22. I can put a bullet between somebody's eyes. As long as I have my glasses on. Oof! Go get some sleep, Artie. Oh, get out of bed. Get to bed is what my brain said. And see, that is what, and the fact that it was written when muskets were the weapon of the day, it needs to be reevaluated for today's weapons so that it can basically say, 22, 30-06, those are great. You can own those. But when it comes to something that can shoot 100 rounds a minute, that is not something the average citizen needs to own. Just my thoughts. And I have experience with weapons. Both weapons of war and hunting weapons. Because I grew up in rural Southern Oregon. What military experience do you have, Jimmy? Yep. That is exactly why I say that the average citizen does not need a weapon that will fire 100 rounds a minute. Did you serve? Are you a veteran? Because I am. I know what I'm talking about. I have been there. I have done that. Both sides of the uniform. But I know what I'm talking about. And the average, everyday Joe Blow Schmo citizen does not need to own. Let's see. I started in Desert Storm. Went through Operation Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom as a spouse. Is my picture still hanging over the door, babe? I could find the picture of me in uniform on Facebook and show him for proof. Actually. No, he wants to question it. Desert Storm wasn't a fine. Iraqi Enduring Freedom. How the fuck was Desert Storm not a real fucking war? Tell that to my brothers and sisters in arms who are still suffering neurological effects from it. Tell it to my brothers and sisters in arms who lost friends and family in that fucking sandbox. I'm one of them. Tell that to my brothers and sisters in arms who came home from there in pieces. Not a fucking war. Just as bad as fucking Vietnam, if not worse. I lost an adopted big brother because he got fucking blown to pieces over there. Don't you dare tell me it wasn't a real fucking war. I served. I know you didn't. No, Vietnam. No, I know Vietnam vets who were saying the fucking Desert Storm was worse. Vietnam, they had the fucking Agent Orange and napalm. Fucking Desert Storm, they started using chemical weapons. They used gas. Hence why we have Gulf War syndrome. Hi, I fight that too. So you can go fuck yourself with Desert Storm wasn't a real goddamn war. My family has had at least one active... We have had at least one active duty member in our military since the fucking Civil War. Revolutionary War, actually. If we send our servicemen and women out there to fucking die, it's a goddamn war. I have a fucking National Defense Medal because I served in a fucking war. They don't hand that out for just a little nasty little skirmish. No, you get that because you served during a time of 2 weeks long. Fuck that shit! Desert Storm started when I was 13 years old. I joined the Navy when I was 17. I got my fucking National Defense Medal because I served during Desert fucking Storm. 2 weeks, my fat fucking ass. Here, proof. I am a fucking veteran. I served during Desert Storm. It's also how I fucking qualify for the American Legion, because I served during war. No, it was a fucking radioman. Don't tell me it wasn't a fucking war. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. No, it didn't, honey. I qualify for the American Legion because of my service during Desert Storm. Yes, it was worse than Vietnam. Yeah, because I'm being told that the war I served in wasn't a war. By someone who's never actually raised his hand and said, I solemnly swear to uphold and defend the Constitution. You're a fucking civilian. You've never even touched anything military. You probably cosplay as a military. You know what? You probably play Halo so you can pretend to be Master Chief. Yeah, those are the people who actually died. More people came back from Desert Storm permanently disfigured and disabled. Ooh, your girlfriend was in the military. What branch? And do you say this shit to her? Wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah, what about your wife, honey? You know, the one that you let go out and get a job. Oh, Roro, I'm a veteran. I'm an ex-wife 3 times over. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister twice over. I am a niece twice over. Granddaughter twice over. And I can keep going. You just said your girlfriend was in the military. Oh, are you poly? Is that how you have a girlfriend and a wife? So, you have a girlfriend who served. You didn't. You are talking to a service-connected, disabled veteran. I served. I gave up my quality of life for people like you. Does your girlfriend know that you talk about the military like this? You can have an opinion. It started in 91, babe. Hold on. No, my Vietnam veteran family and friends are the ones saying that Desert Storm was worse. Why is it so wrong? There are so many ways that a conflict can be worse. No, my father was a Vietnam vet, and my daddy was the one who said the Desert Storm was worse than Nam, because he's the one that pointed out that Vietnam had Agent Orange and napalm, but Desert Storm had a lot better tech, a lot stronger chemical weapons, and he's watched a lot of people come home from overseas far more broken than people who came home from Nam. Thank you, Ro. Mm-hmm. The military stopped giving national defense. December of 95. So at least October, sometime between October and December of 95, because I got my Mickey D medal.
Go to bed.
Shut up. I got my Mickey D medal, and people 6 weeks behind me didn't. Have to stop and think it's been 30 fucking years. But no. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot more to Desert Storm than a lot of people realize. Thank you, Roro. Yeah. No, I know too many people who have served from World War II to present day, and yeah, no. Oh, I did. You want to piss me off real quick? Start fucking telling me I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to my military service. Tell me I'm not actually a veteran. I've had people say that to me, too. I don't fuck around with that. I have lost too many people I care about to the military. I know. That's okay. I'm sitting here fighting with rage. Give me a minute. She really wants to come out and play. I know. He is licking. Thank you, Diddy. Sweetheart. Hey. Quit licking, please. You are driving me insane. Short drive tonight. Yeah, we women are the ones... we bear the weight of the world, and most people don't even notice it. She really wants to come out and play. Love the shirt I'm wearing tonight, too. Honey, the fact that you honestly believe that is a big part of the problem here. I'll be honest. No, men do not have more problems. You know, that statement alone, though, that statement alone goes to show the cognitive dissonance in so many people because, yeah, no, just, no. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Women are taught to mask and be pleasant and kind and serviceable from the cradle. Amen, Roro. How old do you think I am, Diddy? It's a furry overlord. Whoa. Oh. Oh. I'm a bit older than that, sweetheart. I turned 48 a week ago. Oh, a little over a week ago. 12 days ago now. It's after midnight. I am officially in my late 40s now. I know. Oh, itchy. All right. We're going to go ahead and do our little candle blessing for tonight. No, they're saying come to him, not that we need to find him. This one hasn't lost him. And I'm going to say, darling, I was baptized into the Episcopal Church 48 years ago. I really don't need it. Yeah. Don't need Jesus. Jesus is cool. Jesus was a great guy. I just wish more of his followers believed that. And actually, I don't know, did what he suggested. Followed his teachings. Loved others as they would be like to be loved. Do unto others as they would like have done unto them. And you know, treat others as their equals instead of, yeah, never mind. I'm not going to go there. We don't need your education. We don't need your thought control. He is your God and Savior, not mine, my friend. I don't need to be saved because, once again, I was baptized. Oh. Oh. I disagree with them, Diddy. Because I am walking the earth today. I am walking the earth today because my incubator was able to abort a pregnancy that would have taken her life had she been forced to carry it to term. There's still some debate there, Roro. I have seen some contemporary sources that indicate he did exist, and some that say he didn't. But, well, most of us know that the Bible has been retranslated so many times, that the original meaning of a lot of it has been lost. Oh, by the way, did I mention that my grandfather, on top of having been, an Episcopal priest, was also a submarine line officer during World War II and sold his doctoral thesis in research chemistry that he intended to use so that he could go on and be a high school biology teacher to go to the Episcopal seminary. On top of that, he was also an expert theologian who was invited by a Catholic school to teach their Bible studies. Now, I don't know about you, but I have yet to see a Catholic school that invited anybody who was not Catholic to teach their Bible studies. Other classes, sure. Bible studies, they generally stick with the Catholics for that one. My grandfather knew his shit well enough. That the local Catholic school wanted him to come in and teach. I learned at his knee. He was my person. And yes, all women, including trans women, deserve full bodily autonomy. The decisions I make about my health are between me and my doctor, and maybe my husband if it is something that he needs to be filled in on. For the most part, my medical shit is between me and my doctors. And that's how it should be for everybody over the age of, say, 12. For the most part. I need to correct that. Damn it. Now I've got Pink Floyd stuck in my head. And I did it to myself. Leave those kids alone. Yep, that's the song too, and that's about where I was. Good song. Not gonna argue that one. I miss Gary. God, I miss that man. Skittles. It was Skittles with him though. My late little brother. I miss him to pieces. He was an amazing person. Great kids, too. Love his kids. But yeah, life is interesting. All right, my friends. We are going to do our wonderful little candle blessing here. No. Where the flying fluff did go? Oh, it was over here. Of course it was. Of course it was. There it is. Ah, okay. Here we go. Scrolly, scrolly. There's what I'm looking for. We're a little late with this, but that's okay. Life goes on. As the clock turns and a new hour is born, we pause here together at the threshold. I light this candle, not to banish the dark, but to witness it. Because light that refuses to see the darkness is not wisdom, it's denial. May this flame remind us that grief is not weakness, anger can be holy, and care is an act of resistance. For those who were harmed today, for those whose names we know, and for those we never will, this light stands vigil. For those who are afraid, exhausted, displaced, or carrying more than one body should ever have to carry, this flame says, you are not forgotten. And for us, may this fire steady our hands and soften our hearts without dulling our clarity. May we rest when we need to rest, rage when we need to rage, and return tomorrow willing to choose care again. We do not promise perfection. We promise presence. We promise to keep showing up. We promise to keep the flame. May this light travel where we cannot. May it warm what has gone cold. May it remind us that even now, especially now, hope is something we practice. So it is lit. So it is witnessed. So it is held. Blessed be my witchlings. Oh no. That one just takes me back to Kids Praise. If any man come after me. Sorry, I know. Yeah, I have annoyed the fuck out of you with that song so many times. Deny yourself, pick up your cross, and follow Jesus. Yeah, not only did I grow up in the church, I did shit like the Kids Praise plays. I used to listen to the Kids Praise 2 soundtrack quite frequently. And then I went back and listened to it a few years ago, actually a couple of years ago, and realized just how manipulative those songs are and some of the lines. And I just, wow. It really is brainwashing. I mean, Salty going and just starting to bawl because somebody didn't say, I love you, Jesus, the right way. I just, boy, yeah. All right, my friends. We've had an interesting night, haven't we? Yep. See, I actually still respect the Episcopal Church. I when I have to say I'm Christian, I will happily say I'm an Episcopalian. I still have my baptismal certificate, so I have proof. Excuse me. So yeah, there's that, but there are a lot of flavors of Christianity that I don't fuck with. Well, hey, I know. He's laughing in my ear, saying, I really hope somebody didn't just clip that particular sound bit to use against you. When I have to say I'm Christian, I'm very open about the fact that I'm not. I mean, fuck, my channel name is Die the Yoga Witch. And yes, I talk with my hands a lot. There is a reason that he keeps me, from the boobs up, basically. Because I can wave my hands around down here and gesture and gesticulate, and y'all don't have to deal with it. Although, I think one of my favorite conversations was... Yes, it is. I just about smacked myself in the face. That's what made me think of it. One of my favorite conversations... Yes! Was shortly after he and I really got to know each other. I think it was like the second SCA event that I went to with him and his ex. And his ex and I were talking, and we both talk with our hands. And he eventually walked away from the conversation after both of us just about smacked him without realizing it, because we're just yeah. I know. Shut up. So I have a Google Nest here on my desk, and it keeps making noise and telling me to go to bed. I don't want to go to bed yet. I don't want to be drunk in public. I want to be drunk in a bar. Arrest them. Sorry. Yes, the ADOLS is definitely showing. Attention deficit. Oh, look, shiny. Oh, no. No, I've got the fucking turtle from Moana in my head. No. Yes! Yes! Someone who fucking picked up on it. Yeah, you are my kind of woman, Roro. We have thrown that particular line back and forth at each other a million times. Nobody else picks up on it. You are the first person who has picked up on it. I am so happy. Yes. But see, I am also the one who made him sit down and watch the Blue Collar Comedy Tour movie. I am so disappointed that Jeff Foxworthy is a fucking MAGA. Yes. Yep. Yeah, but if she got to tater salad from drunk in public, she knows what we're talking about. Yes. I'm so sad about that one. I think Larry the Cable Guy has leanings. Ron White, though, as far as I know, is not, nor is Bill Engvall. Thank you, goddess. I would cry if we lost Bill Engvall. Oh. My ex-husband, though, you want to laugh your ass off? My ex-husband is from Alabama. He grew up in the Huntsville area. So he has the accent when he's not focusing. Because he joined the Navy and had to drop the accent because, people hear that Southern accent and immediately deduct 20 IQ points. Yeah. But, oh dear damn. That's kind of scary. I think I remember it though. But you piss my darling ex-husband off. And he sounds just like Jeff Foxworthy. I mean, sounds just like Jeff Foxworthy. And he would get mad and he would start yelling in that voice. And I'd be like, okay, Jeffy. Which would just piss him off even more. So he'd sound even more like it. So the Christmas after this dawned on me. My sister-in-law and I did not talk about what we were getting my husband for Christmas. But I got him the first volume of Jeff Foxworthy's Redneck Dictionary. My sister-in-law got him the second volume of it. And he's like, are y'all trying to tell me something here? And yes, he said y'all. And I'm like, I don't think so. But just so you know, we did not communicate about these Christmas presents. And he's like, I want to be mad, but I can't. Love him to pieces. He is a wonderful, wonderful man. I just cannot be married to him. His bipolar, his crazy and my crazy do not make good crazy. I have to tell him I said that. He's going to love it. He's good people. He's bipolar, though. And his bipolar and my PTSD did not like each other. It was bad. It can be. It can be. I'm batshit crazy. I admit this. I know I'm crazy. But at least I'm the fun crazy. When he would go manic, unfortunately, he was a very stereotypical man with bipolar. When he went manic, he raged. And that was never good. I mean, when you have small children in the house, and you've got someone who is going to rage like that at least once a month, I swear to God, he was PMSing worse than I did. Yeah, yeah. I gave him an ultimatum, and I don't do ultimatums in relationships, but I did tell him either you get this dealt with or we are done. He fucked around and found out. He put it off, finally got diagnosed, put off getting treatment, and by the time he finally decided to get treatment, I was done. So, yeah. But we do make very good friends. I have books. Because I like to read. And that is pretty much... Oh, and you can see the t-shirts that are my merch. Because, hi, I gotta pay the bills somehow. We are still... Yeah. I was talking to him on Facebook Messenger earlier today. Me, him, and my bestie are in a group chat together. She's from Texas. She's in Alaska right now. I think we would all rather she be in Texas. That poor girl. She's a military wife, though. Girl, this woman, you're in the survey, you'll get to meet her, but this woman is just amazing. She is a military wife, stationed in Alaska, 3 kids under the age of 10, and they drove from San Diego to Anchorage. Bitch be cray. Because that's one. Then they got up there, put the girls in school, because they've got 3 daughters, put the girls in school. One of the girls is really fucking bright and was bored. So mom's like, okay, fine. We'll homeschool. She homeschooled 3 girls. She decided this year she ain't doing that again, but she survived 1 year of homeschooling. On top of having chronic regional pain syndrome, fibromyalgia, and a couple of other things, and going to school herself to get her degree in archaeology. She schlepped the girls to her field thing over the summer. And all of them got to go dig in the dirt. This woman is just... And she discovered the information that is getting a fucking historical marker made for this building that she knows. I can't remember all of the details, but she's fucking brilliant. Brilliant. I am in awe of her. And yes, she knows that I say this stuff about her. I say this shit to her face. Well, essentially. So I am just, she's one of my favorite people. You ain't kidding. And she's a stay-at-home mom on top of all of this. So, military husband. So you know she's doing everything at home, raising the kids, taking care of the pets. Oh, and on top of driving from San Diego to Anchorage with 3 girls, they also had 3 cats in the car. And she still had the same amount of sanity when they got to Alaska that she left San Diego with. Technically, they were stationed a little north of San Diego, but San Diego County. But yeah, she girl deserves a medal. And she's fucking adorable. And she's a drama kid. She was a musical theater kid in high school, played in marching band, was an athlete. I mean, she just... I'm jealous of her. Yes, she's the little sister I wish I had. And because she was raised by her grandparents, despite very much being a millennial, she acts more like a Gen Xer. Oh, yeah, no shit. And I'm pissed off at her husband because I happened to be in Eugene as they drove through as opposed to being here. So right off of I-5 as they drove through, and he said no. They couldn't even stop and have a cup of coffee. Let the girls get out and run around for a few minutes and run off some energy. Now. But you know, the advantage... We weren't going to stop. Yeah. Yeah, he's got to point out some behind the curtain says he knew damn good and well that if she and I got together and got started talking, they weren't going to make it up here in time to get their reservations at Joint Base Lewis McChord 2 days later. Especially considering it would have been me. Nope. They stayed at one of they stayed at a lodging, yeah, on JBLM. And her brother who is retired Army. Oh, sorry about that. And her brother who is former Army has base access. So, yeah. She's planning on staying a spouse and making a trip from her base to JBLM, having her brother come pick her up, and then we're going to get together. Because I don't have base access anymore. Actually, I think I do, though. Anyway. I have MWR and commissary access the way I am at 80, so I'm pretty sure that means I have base access. So, but yeah, that woman is a brave, brave soul. And is as batshit crazy as I am. All right, my loves. It is now 1:15 in the morning. We have been streaming for pushing 3 hours. Thank you, Roro. So I am going to go ahead and wrap this up for now. We will be back here in 12 hours and 15 minutes. So... yeah, we were supposed to be done an hour ago. So now let's go out and spread love, joy, and kindness. There is already enough darkness and hate in this world. Please let us choose to be steady lights for those finding their way through that darkness. And then make sure you tell your loved ones in all their forms, 2 legs, 4 legs, wings, fur, scales, paws, or claws, that they matter. Because time moves so much faster than any of us ever realize. And those chances to tell them I love you are not guaranteed. If you take one thing and one thing only away from everything I do here in front of this camera every day, please, please let it be that you always, always, always remember you are loved. You are wanted. You are needed. And you have a reason for being here, even if you don't know what the fuck it is today. Took me till I was 45 to figure mine out. I love you guys so very much. You are the absolute best. Have a fantabulous rest of your day or night wherever you are right now. Namaste, my witchlings.